Well, thank you for joining us today on what I wish I knew about Social Security before I signed up. So let's talk about what I wish I knew before signing up for Social Security. And this is essential information you're going to need to know to make a knowledgeable decision about your Social Security. So, first of all, I wish I'd known what Social Security has to do with Medicare, and then the fact that the eligibility with your Social Security is connected to your Medicare. There is, however, separate enrollment. You can either apply for both your Social Security and your Medicare at the same time, or just one or the other. And it's important to know the timing so you know what you're going to receive and that you are not getting a penalty. So, how long do you need to work to get Medicare Part A with no monthly cost? Well, you have to work 10 years or 40 quarters. Why are we talking about Medicare Part A? Because again, Medicare is connected to your Social Security. So you need 10 years minimum to get Medicare Part A at zero premium when you're ready to pick it up. And you need to go out and verify your credits. You need to check. So let's look. Do people come to me and they go, do I really need an account out on SSA.gov? Absolutely. You need to have an active account out there. You need to be able to access your statement so you can see if your income is in there correctly. You need to be able to request all your documents and plan your retirement. Out on SSA.gov, there's a bar that you can move to when you want to retire that'll give you approximately what you're going to receive. And this is the website where you're going to want to submit your documentation and request for your Social Security. Unless you want to make an appointment with the local office, you may have to wait 8 to 12 weeks and talk to them face to face. So having an SSA.gov account is very important, especially moving forward. Now, two ways to apply for Social Security. There are two ways. One, you need to create that account out on SSA.gov, and it's going to ask you to confirm who you are, and you're going to have your driver's license and take a picture front and back and a picture of yourself so that it confirms that it is you, so it prevents fraud. You need to complete the application out on the website, which you can see below, where it says apply. And then you can go out there and once you submit, you can track where you are in the process. If you want to do a face-to-face and you'd rather not do it online, you need to go to your local office. Well, to find your local office, here is the website. You just plug in your zip code and it gives you their address, and you can call them at their local number and set up an appointment. You may have to provide documentation, so you may want to ask them about what documents are needed when you're coming in to talk to them. But you do need to plan about 3 months out, since it does take some time to get an appointment at most of the local offices. Another thing I wish I'd known is how to check my income history on SSA.gov. Why? Because if you look at that, you may be missing some of your highest income years, which would help bump up your Social Security amount. So you need to sign in. You need to find your records and review the information. And if you have any errors, then you need to call your local Social Security office and ask them about the steps to get those years of income added to your account. Now, people ask me all the time, I wish I had known Social Security income was taxable. Well, it is treated just like all other types of income. So currently, at the moment, yes, it is taxable. And I wish I had known what full retirement age is. For those of you that don't know, please go and look at my how to maximize your Social Security. But full retirement age is when you're going to receive 100% of your Social Security check. And it's very important to know that so that when you get ready to retire, you'll know when you won't or will have a penalty. So once you reach your full retirement age, you are no longer penalized and can work as much as you want. However, if you are going to take your Social Security earlier than your full retirement age, you need to understand that the maximum you can make in a year is $23,400. If you make more than that, for every $2 you make over that, they take $1 back from you. And you've reduced the percentage that you can receive for life if you take it under your full retirement age. So if you want to go ahead and retire, you've just had enough, or maybe you having health problems and you need to retire early, you just need to understand that you can't make more than $1,950 a month if you want to continue to do some work, or they will start penalizing you and pulling that money back from you. Now, you'll get that money later, but as you can see on this chart, to have no limit on the amount you can make, you need to wait until your full retirement age. That's why it's so important to know what that age is. And again, if you watch the video on how to maximize your Social Security, I will talk more about that in depth. So if you have questions, please call us here at 405-246-0305. Again, that's 405-246-0305. Or you can set up a quick 30-minute phone call with us on sbcmedicare.com. Again, that's sbcmedicare.com. Thanks.